Well, hello kids, and a happy new year, Merry Christmas and whatnot, and welcome to the 77th subscriber special, the 4 weeks GrapheneOS review. So as you or some of you may know, I installed GrapheneOS on my Pixel 10 Pro phone, which I got a month ago, yeah, probably. Today is the 2nd of January, so I'm cheating a bit. There are 2 days left until the 4 weeks are complete, but we call it a 1 month or 4 week review, whatever gets more attention. And I have to say that my experience using GrapheneOS was quite nice, honestly. All my apps worked, there were no random crashes, there was no need to reboot the device to restore functionality. I got some over-the-air updates, and mind you guys, this is just the experimental build. This is not a stable production release, and everything is working really nice. Quite impressed, honestly. I have to also admit that I'm not a gamer and not a power user, but I don't see why games shouldn't run on this device, which run on the Pixel device with the stock Google Android OS. So there are probably enough benchmarks out there if you want to know how this device is for gaming, but this is not a specific Pixel 10 Pro review anyway, because I'm not qualified to do this anyway. The apps which I'm most using are probably the web browser. Then what else am I even using? Antenna for my podcasts, maybe UPipe, and I'm just having my email applications, messenger apps like WhatsApp, which you are required by the German government to use if you're a citizen, obviously. So apps like that, Element, Telegram and Signal, all those kinds of messaging apps, my mail apps, and here it is the case that you have to use a banking app if you want to do online banking. In order to use online banking, you have to use mobile banking as well, because they cannot have you using your own authenticator app for the multi-factor authentication. They have to ship their own for some reason, because they're probably paranoid of people getting robbed of their money and creating lots of trouble for the banks. So usually what they're doing here is they ship their own applications which are doing MFA and all kinds of checks. Every time you're sending money, you have to do all the whole MFA dance. I mean, I can understand why the banks are doing this and not just trusting consumers to set up something like a YubiKey or, I don't know, MFA or passwordless or passkey or whatever. Whatever you want to use, they are deciding for you. You have to use the app. So it's important to me and a lot of other people that those applications work on their mobile phone, and my bank has no problem with GrapheneOS, is what I'm going to say. So all the apps I'm usually using are all working, WireGuard, Home Assist, you name it, everything is working fine. There's a problem with getting apps for those who don't want to be affiliated with Google and maybe want to get like anonymous, not tied to their mobile number or the home IP address. And to be honest, it's really extremely paranoid. But once you start with these kind of things, you want to sometimes go all the way, but then by all means throw away your fucking spy device that you carry around with cameras and microphones anyway. Because if this is your threat level, honestly, why are you using a smartphone? But on this whole idea of anonymity and privacy, more later. Let me have a sip first. So what needed a bit of finessing was Android Auto. You can just install it using the built-in App Store and more or less activate it. But then there are some, there's some messing around with since everything is locked down to the basic functionality, even once you enable Play services. So once you install all this kind of stuff and want to use Android Auto in order to have it really connect to your car and speak with maps and so on and so forth, you have to figure out, there was some setting missing, which I was missing, so nothing worked, nothing connected, and it took me some time to find it. But once it worked, it works, and I already forgot what it was. So expect some things to just take a bit of time and messing around to get them to work. But I can confirm everything that I need or I expect my phone to do. Yeah, I know Android Auto is data mining me. Why am I even having a modern car that's also data mining me? I don't know, because I love convenience. This is how they get you with convenience. They lock you in. They put you in the basement and farm your life essence, basically, while you're doom scrolling through YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatnot. Anyway, as you know from my previous video, install was super easy. It took me like 15 minutes while doing lots of performative art. If you're really focused, I think you can install this in 10 minutes. From a factory, brand new phone, 10 minutes to GrapheneOS. I think that's pretty sweet. And yeah, everything is working as advertised. What I noticed is just using the web browser for a long time, the phone tends to get quite hot. It doesn't overheat, but it feels hot. It's not pleasant. But I think that's just the inefficient website, and honestly, this Tensor or whatever chip is in there, the Google Silicon, it just can't keep up with something like Apple. But it is what it is. I can live with that. Battery life is okay, but I'm not impressed, honestly. I have to still charge this thing daily. Probably wouldn't need to really charge it daily, but then it may run out of juice. And I have it run out of juice because I didn't charge it daily. So yeah, so charging it daily is fine. It's not a big deal for me. When you do it every day, you don't forget it, at least. I can't say if it's better on the stock Android, because I've never used the stock Android on this phone for more than like 5 minutes. I had to just maybe not even 5 minutes, just watch the video. I had to log into the phone to get the OEM unlock going, to activate the developer options. I had to connect this phone to the internet. That's basically it. Just use your smartphone less. This is really nice when you get a new phone and you flash a new OS. And I didn't migrate anything from the old phone. I didn't use the migration for WhatsApp, for images. I just copied over all the stuff from my phone, and everything else which I don't need, I don't care. It's usually stuff which I don't back up. It's not important. I can just lose it. I don't care. Maybe it's a minor inconvenience. And so the whole experience of starting with a fresh phone, with not migrating all the trash from your old phone, it felt pretty nice and liberating to have a fresh start and really question what it is that you need. What are the applications that you need in your daily life? And maybe use it as a catalyst to use your phone less, to really question, do I really need all these applications? Is there any benefit? And yeah, I'm using it less, and I'm using it mainly for listening to podcasts, for MFA, for taking pictures. Messaging I usually do on the PC. So I'm questioning if I just disable all notifications for messaging apps on the phone, so you can only reach me in the case of emergency when you call me, and everything I have to proactively open the application and see what's new. So I have less distractions from this, and I already have little, because it's like I don't check it. So usually when I open this up, I'm welcomed by lots and lots of notifications. But when I'm listening to a podcast or something like that, where I have my headphones on, which are connected to the phone, you may get, or I get, disturbed by some notifications. And yeah, with my ADHD brain, and I'm a trained lab rat inside of the Skinner box, so I have to check, of course, the the voice message, the podcast that someone sent me with their thoughts, and reply to it urgently. This is a whole nother video. This should have been my experience, but honestly, it was part of my experience of switching to a new phone without migrating any old garbage to it. And so far, yeah, GrapheneOS, pretty nice, solid experience, honestly. I don't see any reason even for the completely normal person why they shouldn't be doing that. I mean, honestly, you buy a phone which is quite expensive, and Google or Apple or whoever all those companies that are collecting all your data to generate value for their shareholders, you're doing unpaid work for them. So I guess it's nice to opt out of as much of this as you can. For the normal person, I don't know. They are the thing is, if everyone would use GrapheneOS, or like if the majority of the Android install base would now decide tomorrow we're switching to GrapheneOS, I'm pretty sure that that Google and so on and so forth would really fight back and claw their nails into this user base again to make everything using their services for everyone on a non-Google device as uncomfortable as possible to really get you logged in. So I'm not really sure that the solution is for all of us to switch to GrapheneOS, which is still, in order to be functional for most people, requires the existence of the Google ecosystem. And the Google ecosystem in its current form can, for free, which most of it is for free, exclamation marks, can only exist because they are farming all your data and making immense amounts of money of that. So one could really question if infrastructure that is so important for the daily lives of millions of people should really be in private hand. But now this is becoming a political rant, which I don't want to do. I'm just pitching some ideas and some reflection on feeling superior to other people because you're de-googling or whatever. I mean, like, come on, you're de-googling. You're on fucking YouTube watching this video right now. All of our not all, of course, a lot of our daily lives is really dependent upon us providing shareholder value for all these giga corporations, unless we accept those minor or even major inconveniences of those companies ceasing to be that profitable or even existing at all because their predatory business model isn't sustainable anymore. So you have to keep these things in mind and be careful what you wish for, guys. I would see a world where we are less dependent on carrying a smartphone with us or even owning one, like a world where we have maybe renaissance of personal computing and ownership on our own devices and data, of more yeah, what's the word? I would appreciate it. I would welcome this type of word, but I would be willing to pay the price for this, but I cannot decide this for the majority, and neither should you. Maybe the people get what they want, and this is the life they want to live, and then that's perfectly fine for them. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, is what I'm saying. And I'm personally impressed with this project and how it came along. I haven't been on custom ROMs for a long time. I was one of the early adapters of smartphones and custom ROMs, going back to the iPhone 2 and then the first Android iterations, back when HTC still made phones. So yeah, and we've come a long way, and this was so easy, and it's just working. I'm really impressed. And if you're interested in checking out GrapheneOS, just do it, just install it and see for yourself. So everyone, if you have questions, just ask me. You know, I'm chronically online anyway. Goodbye.